guys, today I'm bringing you a brilliant Bobby Fischer game, so stick around. Bobby Fischer plays with black pieces and after e4 plays c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4 and knight takes d4 and knight f6. Attack the pawn on e4 and knight c3. And in this position, Bobby Fischer plays a6, a good move that defends the b5 square. And white plays bishop e2 and e5. Attack the knight on d4, and after knight f5, black plays d5, and black is very better. So white plays knight b3, and Bobby Fischer developed his pieces with bishop e7, short castle and short castle, and bishop c3, and here bishop e6, f3, defend the e4 pawn, and queen c7, putting pressure on c5 and queen e1 and knight d7, rook d1, pressure on d5, and here b5 and rook d2. White defended the c pawn so that if the knight move, the queen won't capture that pawn. Bobby Fischer plays knight b6 and queen f2 and rook b8 defend the knight, and bishop takes b6 and rook takes b6, knight d5, knight takes d5, e takes d5, and here bishop d7, and white plays f4, and here black plays bishop f6, and black takes the opportunity to bring his bishop to the main diagonal, and c3 defend the diagonal, and rook b8, and e takes f5, bishop takes f5, at knight d4, and here the knight is aiming to move to f5, so Fischer plays g6, a3 and a5, and Fischer aiming to play b4. White plays king h1 and b4, c takes b4, a takes b4, and rook c2, and here queen b6, knight c6, and b takes a3, and here after knight takes b8, what is best move for black in this position? Queen takes f2 and a2. Rook f1 and rook takes b8, and for example rook a1, bishop f5, and rook takes b2, or after rook d2, bishop b1, and threat is bishop takes b2, and black is clearly winner. So white plays queen takes b6 in this position, and after rook takes b6, b takes a3, and here Bobby Fischer plays rook a8 and attack the pawn on e3, knight takes e5, d takes e5, and rook c3, and here rook b2, attack the bishop, rook c7, bishop f5, and g4. Really bad move. The best move was bishop c4, and after bishop d3, the bishop, and the position is balanced. But in the game, after g4, bishop e4 check, and bishop f3, bishop d3, rook e1, or excuse me d6, attack the rook on a8, and rook d8, attack the pawn, and rook e8, e1, and rook takes d6, rook takes e5, and rook f6, attack the bishop, and here white plays rook e3. Can you find the best move for black in this position? What would you do if you were in Fischer's shoes? Rook takes f3, and rook takes f3, and bishop e4, and here rook takes f7, and rook f2, and check, f8, black plays king g7, rook f4, and here after bishop takes f3, rook g1, and rook g2 check, rook f1, and bishop c6, rook c4, and bishop b5, king takes g2, and bishop takes c4. Black is clearly winning. For example, after white plays, for example, white h3, and black wins a game. I hope you enjoyed this game. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you very much.